from Mark chapter 5, verse 9 through 14, and I read, And he asked him, What is thy name? And he answered, saying, My name is Legion, for we are many. And he besought him much that he would send them away out of the country. Now there was there nigh unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding. And all the devils besought him, saying, Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. And forthwith Jesus gave them leave, and the unclean spirit went out and entered into the swine. And the herd ran violently down a steep place into the sea, and there were about 2,000, and were choked in the sea. And they that fed the swine fled and told it in the city and the country, and they went out to see what was done. May the word of the Lord be blessed in our hearts, even as we allow the Holy Spirit to empower us to make us teachers and doers of His word. We go back to verse 9 downwards, and he asked him, What is thy name? And he answered, saying, My name is Legion, for we are many. Jesus was asking this possessed man what is his name. But as you saw earlier, the man was under the possession and total control of a demon, and so the demon instead spoke. He said, My name is Legion. He's saying, My name is Legion. He didn't say, Our name is Legion, or we are called Legion. He said, My name. The single demon is answering as a corporate entity. He's saying we are many and we have a unified name, and the name is Legion. Now the word Legion represents unity. It represents a strong force that are really united for a particular purpose or particular mission. It means that these people are really structured and organized to perform a particular task. These demons have a mission, and that is why he said, My name is Legion. We are organized bodies. We are organized entities with a mission to destroy the soul. And that is the term Legion, means that we are organized force ready to destroy. Normally, this term Legion is used to represent soldiers in harmony, soldiers who have trained and in unity for a particular task ahead. And so for this demon to say, My name is Legion, represent a well-structured, organized demons. And he besought him much that he will not send them away out of the country. Now the demon realized that Jesus could send them to the pit of hell. But he also thought that Jesus could cast them and bind them and send them to where they rightfully belong. They never knew the thought of Jesus. Again, this tells us demons don't know what is in your mind until you start confessing it. Demons don't know what is in us until we start giving them clues. They never knew what Jesus could do to them. However, they immediately recognized the supremacy of Jesus. They recognized that Jesus had power over them. They recognized that Jesus had the ability to send them to hell and bound them there. They recognized that Jesus could stop their works. And so they were pleading now to Jesus. So these demons even believed in the power of prayer. They were immediately started praying to Jesus that he would spare them and not cast them into hell, but should not send them out of the country. Why would these demons like to remain in the country? Because the people had unbelief. We will see even as we continue down the text that the people were full of unbelief. These are people who were interested in applying physical means to solve spiritual problems. They were so scientific, they were so natural, they were so mundane that they did not really love much of the spirituality. They enjoy the materialistic aspect of it. They enjoy applying physical means to spiritual problems. And so they could not contain the spiritual force that has come into that country. And demons knew very well that these people enjoyed the physical, and so they could manipulate them spiritually because they were blind to the spiritual things. Like Paul said, they have no taste for spiritual things because they are so physical. The demons realize that they are in a good place, they did not go anywhere. So Jesus, send not us our way out of the country. Now there was there now unto the mountains a great herd of swine feeding, and all the devils besought him, saying, Send us into the swine, that we may enter into them. And forthwith Jesus gave them leave. Now the devil meant it for evil, but God meant it for good. They were thinking that instead of not going out of the country, they could just hide in the swine, and so they could come back anytime. But Jesus, wanting to let the people see the evidence of this miracle, to objectify the miracle, the spiritual miracle, allow it. Why? When the demons went into the swine, the people saw the swine moving into the sea, and that meant that some spiritual undertaking has happened. If Jesus had cast the demons out, they could not be seen by their eyes because the demons were not visible to the naked eyes. And so the only way for the demons to be visible or their act and deeds to be visible to the naked eyes is for them to be in an object and operate through the object. And so when Jesus allowed them to get into the swine, Jesus was actually letting that testimony stand out physically so it may be behold. And that is why Jesus allowed it. So they thought they were smart, but actually they were working to favor the cause of God. So here some people would think, why would Jesus allow it? Jesus allowed it because it fell in the plan of God. Whenever the enemy wants something and God allows it, it's not because God wants to favor or allow the enemy to have his way. It's because it falls in the perfect plan of God for our life. So sometimes when we're going through challenges and situations that we think God is allowing Satan to have his way, it's because God knows very well that those things the enemy is doing is seriously in his perfect plan for your life. So Jesus allowed it. And they that fed the swine fled and told in the city and the country, and they went out to see what it was done. So you see, now the miracle has been so real. The enemy thought he was trying to hide in the swine, but God said, no, I want to use this medium for the people to see that the miracle was real. When Jesus said, come out of that man, it was something that was real, something that is really supernatural and yet is so physical through the operation of the swine. And that is what God used. So the people will see the miracle for themselves. It will not be something spiritual, something intangible that people could not believe in, but something really real. We thank God for all that He does. Even the things that we think are against us is in God's perfect plan for our perfection. So God bless us even as we receive the grace to be doers and teachers of His word. In Jesus Christ's name. Amen.